If you have been listening to my video right to the end, you discover that toward the end I always pray. And then with one prayer point. And that prayer point is for military to take over power in Cameroon and many other African countries. But today I'm going to tell you why I want the military to take over power in Cameroon. The military to organize a very successful coup d'etat in Cameroon. Because I am from Cameroon, I'm not going to talk about other countries because I've not investigated detailedly into that country. And then in Cameroon is my country, and then I know a lot. And I'm going to give you some reason why I want and I wish and I pray every blessed day for God to organize some military that they can carry a successful military coup d'etat in Cameroon, the kind that happened in Niger without anybody being killed. That is my prayer. And then I'm going to explain to you why I want that to happen. I'm praying for such to happen. Because many people have been saying that that is not a good prayer for a Christian. It is a good prayer. If somebody will not die, it is a good prayer. And that is what I'm praying for God to intervene. Because there is only through military coup that we can destabilize, we can scatter the evil that has been planted in Cameroon by this system called the CPDM. That is the only way out. The only way out. There is no political party in Cameroon that can ever one day defeat the CPDM. Not just one political party. They have played the game for so long and they have understood how to play it. And they are doing it perfectly. Perfectly. And there is no one, if you are a Cameroonian and you are interested in politics, you will discover that there is not just one political party that can ever in any way defeat CPDM. If President Paul Biya goes to die today or leave presidency today, another terrible person will take over power. And that is how the system will keep on operating in Cameroon. System of embezzlers. A system of a terrible, evil people will keep on. And Cameroon will remain where it is, a beggar. A country with so much resources turned into a begging country. And when the president of 90-something years old struggled by all possible means to travel to Russia, when other presidents were talking, and how Africans are fighting and demonstrating a lot to regain all kind of independence, mental independence, economic independence. President Paul Biya was begging Putin to plead with the International Monetary Fund to borrow Africa and Cameroon money. And also pleading with Putin to help them with military weapons. And then I asked the question, with military weapons to kill who? Cameroon is not fighting with Nigeria. Cameroon is not fighting with Equatorial Guinea. Cameroon is not fighting with Gabon. Cameroon is not fighting with Central African Republic. Cameroon is not fighting with all the neighboring countries, Chad. Then you are begging military weapons to fight who? Your own people. To fight your own people. And that is just one of the reasons. One of the reasons is that there is no opposition party in Cameroon that can defeat CPDM through election. That is democracy today. And then I'm telling you that there is no democracy in Africa and in Cameroon in particular. Democracy in Cameroon is a demonstrated failure. And nobody can ever, no opposition party or even opposition party take over power in Cameroon. There is no democracy and they will never apply democracy. When I talk about there is no democracy, I am going to tell you what democracy is all about. Whether looking through all the 360 political parties in Cameroon, is there any political party in Cameroon that can take over power in Cameroon and do this and demonstrate democracy? Because democracy is government by the people. When you go talk about the people here, the common people. Democracy is a government run by the common people. Can any of these political parties in Cameroon do that? Democracy is power of the people. Democracy is a society in which the common people are sovereign and control the government. Can that ever happen? Can any other opposition party in Cameroon allow this to happen? Democracy is a government where people are entitled to influence important decisions that affect their lives. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. When you look through all this definition of democracy, is there any way that Cameroon can be a better country with democracy? No. So that is what I'm saying, that our military should take over power in Cameroon, so that through that military coup, we can think during that period of which kind of government we can. If monarchy is better, we'll go back to monarchy. If monarchy is not better, we should think of other means, other kind of government, not democracy. And if we wish to go for democracy, truly we should sincerely say to ourselves that we are going to practice democracy fully, where power will belong to the people, where the government wanted to take any decision will come out and ask the people what you need, what you want, and the people will say it, and the government will give it to them. If that can happen, that is the kind of democracy we want. But amongst all these opposition party and ruling party in Cameroon, there is no one that can do that. You look at Maurice Kanto, that is coming second to CPDM during the last 2018 presidential election. Maurice Kanto, now somebody stood up that he want to compete the presidency of a Cameroon resistance movement with Maurice Kanto. What did Maurice Kanto do? He dismissed the person. That is Barrister Ndoki Michel. He dismissed her. And when Barrister Ndoki Michel was dismissed from the party because he want to compete with Maurice Kanto, a Barrister Tanfo Richard came up and said, okay, I'm going to stand for the election to fight for the post of the president who will represent a Cameroon resistance movement. In that it should not be you because you are not a traditional candidate. And President Maurice Kanto did what? He dismissed Barrister Tanfo Richard. That is what they call democracy. And if tomorrow Maurice Kanto is elected as president of Cameroon, what will happen? Any Cameroonian will say, we don't want this, we want but this. Maurice Kanto will not dismiss you, will force you to go on exile, or he will kill you. The very thing happened in the Social Democratic Front towards this last end, when Nijon Fronde dismissed 26 of his strong militants who have been with him throughout because they questioned him for taking a decision against the party constitution. He dismissed them. That is not democracy. And that is why I am praying for it to take place. I'm praying for military coup d'etat to take place because no just one person can't defeat CPDM. And CPDM is the evil, is the devil that we Cameroonians have been praying for to die. And they have refused to die because they have understood all the kind of evil, how to cover it. And then I said that what President Pobia and his government has corrupted corruption. And that is why when we cry, nobody hears us because he has corrupted corruption. We remain there. He is killing us, doing all sorts of terrible things against us, embezzling billions, buying luxurious vehicles to any little government official that support him, without road, without electricity, without water. Cholera killing people in the 21st century under the leadership of President Pobia. It is terrible, and we don't want. If the military cannot take over power in Cameroon, I'm saying that what we civilians should organize ourselves. We should organize ourselves and organize the first ever civilian coup d'etat in Cameroon. We should do it. If military cannot do it, democracy is a demonstrated failure in Cameroon.